All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the San Francisco 49ers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They begin with a carry for Powell, and he'll be taken down at the 18. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On second down now, it's Powell, and he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Winston. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On second down, it's Powell, and to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. And you know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt.
Here we go, set, 18 Gator. Come to my work. We want it. Go.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And some room to maneuver. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, 91 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. 4 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden here it's third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Black 25 behind. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Here we go.
Third and short yardage, Winston. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Winston of the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Now left side on the swing pass. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Jameis again. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Winston. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Stevens. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 46. To the air again with Winston. Going deep for Diggs. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They run the draw play with Mack. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Hey, echo.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
To throw on 2nd down, Eason will get this out to Barkley, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
1st down, Giants.
Set, ready, 15, line.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
49ers nothing.
Go! 10-2 stop. Smooth. 56. Snap.
On 1st down, Eason. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, you.
56 is mine. 56 is mine. You get blocked me. You get blocked me.
Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On,
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Topper.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Hey, box truck.
Mike 5-4. Go.
Let's go.
54.
Get up.
Back to throw. Eason, he's going to float this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the Giants send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball right here.
From the gun, Winston. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. Throw left side complete. It's Stevens. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 10 and a 49er 1st down. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Mack off the draw play. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6 at the 40.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Right here.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Well, he can be a load to handle off the edge, and he can do it against the pass. Sure, he can do it against the run like he did there.
And you mentioned a load. How about having to adjust to his speed as well? Because not only does he bring some pop, he brings some dash as well. A nice play on that situation.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Jameis to throw it. And He's got his man on the out route. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
A first down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
To throw again on second down. Winston. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
The Niners on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Again, it's Winston. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
All right, I need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
Leverage.
big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, Alpha.
You think you gonna get this? 56 to Mike. 56 is the Mike. Let's go. 56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56.
Get it.
Here's 2nd and 8. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. To throw on 3rd down, Eason. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, try to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Winston. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Winston. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. To return is Taylor. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. A second quarter score, meanwhile, down in Arizona. And that one is now a 2-touchdown lead for the Packers. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch tight, tight ends right. Watch tight, tight ends right. Hey!
Operating from the gun, Eason. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Eason. And that'll be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Here we go, let's bring it.
Hey, high 7.
Let's bring it. 56 to Mike, boy, 56. Check, 56.
I got him.
56.
Throwing again. Eason finds his tight end Ingram. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 15-yard line.
And the Giants
Set, 30 base. Blue draw Corcoran.
Hey, switch gears.
A first down carry for Barkley. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 11 more on that one and another first down.
First and goal, New York.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
All day.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Rosas puts this one through. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. 2nd and 1. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 45-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. Hey, exit. Don't get nervous.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
60 or 22-jet bombers. 22-jet bombers.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Team 6. Team 6.
Give me some.
Get it.
Operating from the gun. Eason. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run with Taylor. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Hey, Delta.
56 to Mike, boy. 56.
Yeah.
Coming to you. 56 to Mike. 56 is the Mike. There's a party.
Hit it.
From the gun, Eason. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Solomon Thomas in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Aldrick Rosas now to try the Giants field goal. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And they're not going to get the snap off. This might back him out of field goal range. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And after the punt, they have a long way to go if they want to tie this football game.
And when you say,
and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. Throwing on first down. Eason. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Andy Isabella was the intended target. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 18 yards, first down Niners.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Seven yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Ready, move ready. Here we go, D, all day, defense, all day. Let's go.
On 2nd down now, it's Powell. Powell with a first down and more. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Offensive line right now really freeing up the rushing lanes on this drive.
And we have to give them props. They've earned them. But these big runs that we're seeing, they don't result without everyone else being involved as well. Blocking on the perimeter has to take place downfield too.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Winston nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Ready? Black 25 behind.
You got nothing in there. You got
Flip it, flip it, flip it.
Winston now from the 50. Going deep for Diggs. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 18.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it?
Yeah, let's go sandwich.
Hey, wahoo!
Right there.
Looking to throw on second down. Eason. And this will be incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off.
Now!
56. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Mike's 56. Watch the screen.
On third down, Eason able to find Isabella. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Rosas good with the extra point, and the lead is now 17-3. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw, Winston. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass.
Check right. Watching your guard.
Who that? Mike.
Winston. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Let's go.
Throwing, Winston. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Give me that ball, defense.
Operating from the gun. Eason. That's complete to Slayton. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try to run forward Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will pin him nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They go again with Powell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Jameis now on first down. And Diggs has it. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Let's go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Denzel Ward right there in coverage to get the hand in.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll run for it. It's Mack, and he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. Kyle Shanahan, an offensive mind, but his guys stopped up short. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Eason gets this out to Saquon Barkley. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. It's Barkley on the counter. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14.
Hey, box truck, box truck.
Quit talking about it and bring it. Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
Yep.
From the gun, Eason. And this is going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement. And off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
No, that's you, partner. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Winston. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man complete. A big play there for the Niners. 43 yards. On 1st and 10, Winston. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call, and you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
To throw again on 2nd down. Winston, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Takk McKinley in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. To throw is Winston. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Winston on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Giants are going to get the football back. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Barkley unable to get away on the 1st down run as he'll be stopped for a loss of a couple. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Go, 18 Gators. Pick me up. Here we go. Hey!
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And we'll see if the defense wants to stop it as they take the knee.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line.
We go. 50 plant.
65, 65, 65.
5.
And they'll take a knee as the clock ticks down toward 50 seconds to go.
It's a loss of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field, a nickel set for 3rd down. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Giants, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Meanwhile, for the Niners, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. That'll do it for us.